Hi, I'm Ramil. My XAI project asks a simple question with real impact. When a model flags a negative drug review, is it actually reacting to side effect language like headache or insomnia? I built a sentiment system that doesn't just predict, it explains so clinicians can see why a review was flagged. In drug safety, missing negatives is costly. I focus on catching those cases and showing the reasons. The core question is whether the model truly key case on side effect terms and whether I can prove it with transparent explanations that clinicians can trust. I use public drug review dataset from Kaggle. Ratings map into three classes: negatives, neutrals, and positives. I cleaned duplicates and blocked leakage across splits for a fair test. Neutral class is the hardest one because many reviews mix pros and cons. I compare a strong classical baseline to a fine-tuned distilled bird model. What's novel in my project? I calibrate probabilities so confidence means what it says, and I set a recall heavy policy for negative using F2. Then I explain decisions locally with Lime and SHAP and summarize behavior across the test set with global SHAP. I train models once on GPU, cached outputs, and reused them for quick deterministic analysis on CPU. I fixed the seed and sequence lengths, and I apply the same temperature and threshold across validation and test to keep results consistent. I fit a single temperature on validation. It tightened the link between confidence and reality. Both negative log likelihood and expected calibration error improved, and the reliability plot straightened toward the diagonal. That makes threshold choices much safer. I set the operating point with F2, which weights recall more. I select tau on validation and keep it fixed for test. This mirrors real deployment. You will not tune thresholds on live data, so I don't tune on test. On the test set, my safety policy does what it's supposed to do. Recall for negatives jumps to about 92%. I pay a small accuracy cost, roughly 1 to 2 points, but that's an acceptable trade in a safety first setting. On individual reviews, Shap and Lime pick out exactly what clinicians expect. Explicit side effect words push the prediction toward negative, while recovery words, of course, pull it back. These are clean, auditable reasons, not black box guesses. Aggregating SHAP confirms the model's dominant signals are side effect words. You also see discourse markers like but shaping neutral ambiguity. The global view validates that the local stories aren't cherry picked, they are representative. My neutral mistakes usually involve mixed statements like worked, but future work will target disclosure structure and condition specific context, plus active learning on the borderline reviews. In short, I deliver a model that's not only accurate but risk aligned and explainable. It catches more adverse experiences, is honest about its confidence, and shows exactly white flagged the review. Now I would like to briefly demo my project on GitHub. As you can see, it's README. I have included some interesting information. For example, by clicking here, you can directly open the dataset, which is quite comfortable. Also, there are some analysis, results, and about the project, purpose of the project. I have included analysis like Lime, SHAP, um, also how to run and read the analysis quickly. There is a setup section as well. Also, I included here full technical report. If you want to see the report, you can open this by clicking that, and it will be opened directly. So also here I include the chat with ChatGPT 5 thinking model, because in this project I use it. Also I have a reference here. Feel free check them. Yeah, and by looking at these folders, as you can see in my first folders, there are datasets, test dataset, train, and validation. In my second folder is code, so it's Jupyter Notebook. So while opening that, it refers you the notebook which I worked on Google Colab platform. There's a logo you can see. If you push in open in Colab, it will directly send you to Colab. What else? I have here documents, report. I will later add presentation and of course video. Yeah, there are some images which I used for my project, especially for README and for reports. That's it. Thank you very much for your attention.